I just want to share with y'all one thing. After we're done with this one, I got to talk on another fast start this morning. So I'm going to hurry through this. But walking away from that senior leadership, there are a lot of you on here who've been around a minute, like some of us. And Omar Orapace talked about inconvenient. And that was my word that I walked away from that senior leadership with for the rest of it. Success is inconvenient. Prospecting is inconvenient. Learning how to close, everything good in life is inconvenient because we have to break out of the monotony and the boredom, But the greatest prisoner, in life is our comfort zone. Creates more prisoners than all the jails combined. So I challenge all of us, me, this year, let's get out of our comfort zone, right? Which means we got to start prospecting. There's lots of different ways to do it, okay? Who to prospect? Everybody. The great Donnie Lyons always said the 3-foot rule. You need to sit down, take the rubber bands off your brain, and just do a dump of every person you've ever known. Get out your wedding list, get out your funeral list, get out your church list, get out every kind of list you can get, and list your family, friends, co-workers, old neighbors, new neighbors, acquaintances, strangers, basically anybody. Next slide, Lexi. I don't know if I can change these over or not, or if you're doing it. Where to prospect everywhere. You've got to come up with a couple of things to say. You only need about 3 or 4. Somebody says, what do you do? I show people how to cut costs, save money. Everybody wants to do that, right? What do you do, Lynn? Well, right now I own a business and I'm expanding. I'm looking for part-time and full-time people. Anybody interested in making an extra, $1,000, $4,000 a month part-time? What I'm really looking for are people who want to be brokers, make $250,000 a year. Would you happen to know anybody right now, or maybe that just needs a side hustle? So you've got to come up with a couple of things. You don't have to master 1,000, just a couple of them that just roll off your tongue, right? So where do you talk to people? Everywhere, right? When to prospect? All the time. 6-foot rule. Keep a smile on your face. When you see people, smile. Make it a game. How many people can I smile to today that will smile back and nod your head? Say hello. If they have a cute kid, in my case, I can say, you know what, I have opened accounts for all my grandchildren. And, did y'all do the same? You can just find a little thing to say to open a conversation. Say hello to people. Checking out. I'm at checking out at the store yesterday, and there was a lady ahead of me, and she was trying to get her groceries to go through because she was saying her water bill had just been cut off. Blew me away. Just turn your ears on. And you'll hear people all the time. So checking out in line. Well, you know what? When you're driving, back in the day, I can't say I'm going to go back to this again, but when I was scrambling, really, really, really hungry, okay, if a car passed me and it had one of those advertising signs on the truck or on the car, I was writing down that number and picking up the phone and calling them and saying, hey, I saw your truck drive by the other day. I noticed you're in whatever business. I'm a business owner here in town trying to network with others. Can I just meet with you, for 5 or 10 minutes and just share with you what I do? I'm just trying to, build a network to refer my clients to and let people in the community know what I do. Guys, there are names and numbers everywhere. Why prospect? Because we're in the people business. Lori did a great job this morning talking about go from the recruit, miss with a sale, the doors that it's opened. But it opens for recruiting, for clients, but really for referrals as well. So one person you talk to, guys, can lead to 500. My entire business now, when I got off of the recruiting bandwagon, strictly came from referrals. All of these investment you see strictly came from one person saying something to another person, right? So the people you know well, what are things that you say? Well, I need your help. When somebody calls you and says, hey, I need your help, you're like, shh, what you need? It's an automatic, right? Who do you know? Here's what I'm looking for, right? Steam them. Who's the best salesperson you know? Who's the best teacher? Who's the most enthusiastic? Who's the most ambitious? Who's the most motivated or money motivated people you know? Those are people that I'm looking. I'm expanding my business, looking to send people to school to get them licensed with the state, and I'm looking for people with those qualities. Really use your help. Who's the first person that pops off, in your mind when I say that, right? And then you can call people and say, I'd love to run by with you what I do. I'm just making it a point to let everybody I know what it is that I do. You probably aren't going to be interested, take it away from them, but you're going to know people who need help. And I just want to make sure that you know what I do. So when you run across people, you'll know who to send them to. Fair enough? And then I need a favor. If somebody says, I need a favor, you're like, absolutely, what can I help you with, right? So people you see regularly, right? What are the things you say? How long have you worked here? Is this your dream job? People always laugh at that one, right? We must be on the same schedule. I see you in here all the time, right? How long did it take you to get great at what you do? Do you know anybody like you? I'm looking. I know you love it here, but I'm looking for people that have your qualities. I'm expanding this month. I'm bringing on 3 new associates. You know anybody? Do you keep your options open? Most people say yes, right? Most people will say yes. But people you meet, are you from this area? That opens a door, right? Do you have family here too? That's letting you know what their market is, right? Is this your favorite store? Guys, you just got to come up with something. Smile, nod your head, right? And then just say a couple of things. I've never said, where'd you get that bag? Obviously, I got this presentation from somebody else, right? And I've never said that car looks fast. I've said that car looks expensive. And have you been waiting long? That's all. Just find something to open up a conversation with, right? What do you say? I'm expanding in the area. Can I just email you some information? That way, when you run across people that might need help, you'll know who to send them to. Guys, when you can do that, most people will give you their email. You can automatically put them on CRM, send them a thank you, and open up, that automatic, right? We can hop on a quick Zoom and I can share with you, in 10 minutes, a little bit about what I do. I'd love to meet you for coffee and share with you about my company, right? Here, this is a good one, right? For sure. Let me text you my number. That way, when you run across people that you think are sharp that are looking, then, you can text me or forward my number to them. When you text them, when you just pull up your phone and go, here, let me text you, this brochure, let me text you my number and we'll get together another time, that automatically gives you theirs. But then you guys have to remember to go ahead and put it in your CRM or someplace where you're going to remember to stay in contact with them, okay? And then just, hey, can we keep in touch? And I'd love for you to know what I do so you can point me in the right direction, because prospecting is really what leads. I'm sitting here thinking about the people that I have sitting out there. And Jeanette out there was a long time client. Lisa Bynum, I met at a fair where we were doing a booth. She was the booth next to us. And Steve Gordon, sitting out there, just came out of a phone book dial back in the day. So guys, if you want to get it over the top and become financially secure, you've got to be inconvenienced for a very short period of time, right? Where you are just after it like nobody else. And you are just a machine, just everywhere you look. You're always looking, whatever to add to your list. And then after a while, you're going to have a few people rise to the top. So thank you so much. So proud to be in business with all of you, and I'm excited about 2025.